Hello and welcome back to another Edexcel iGCSE ICT past paper question. This is the practical paper from 2020. It says May 2020, but it was actually done in November because of COVID restrictions. We have already covered two of these questions in this paper. As I said before, it's really important when you get this paper that you spend some time to read through all of these details here and you understand how you're going to get your marks, and it's out of 100. So 50 for section A, which includes graphics, database and presentation, which you're going to do today in this video, and then section B there as well. So completing this question today will give us a total of 50 marks out of 100, 50%. It's really important, as I said before, that you read the scenario very, very carefully and you understand who is involved with that and their details, and probably most importantly that you read the house style here, because you need to apply that and you're going to lose marks if you don't apply the house style. So let's jump in and get on with the question. So this is task A3. Open a new word processing document, enter task A3 your name, candidate number and center number in the header. Save the document as task A3. So I've already done that. It doesn't say to create it as a landscape document, so portrait seems to be fine, and we've done that there in the header. So double click on the header to edit the details. It is really important that you do put task A3 like that and you put your personal details. As I've said many times, okay, many times I've said this, that if stuff comes out the printer in your exam and it hasn't got your name on it, hasn't got your personal details on it, then in my exam I just have to put that in the bin because there's no way of verifying whose that is. You couldn't handwrite on it because it could be anyone's. You must type your details on there, okay? So I'll say that again and again and again. It's really important that you put the task on there and your personal details, okay? So let's go and have a look at the question then. Lucia wants a presentation to send to members to give them an update on future holiday accommodations. Here are her designs. So it's really important that you look very carefully at this. What we got here is kind of her designs, which are typed up. So she wants a title slide, that's going to be the main slide, and she wants kind of it to look like that. And then she's got the other slides there. Okay, so she's going to have an image and text here on the right hand side and a link to home slide. You've got links there and a logo. As per the house style, needs to be in the bottom center, the logo that you made. And again, we've done the logo in a previous question. I'll link to it above. If you haven't got a logo already, please go and have a look at that. You can use PowerPoint to make a logo. It's really easy. So this is my finished version. I'm just a model for you of what it's going to look like. Okay, so just move this over here a bit just to center it. Okay, so I've got, you can see that I've got the title there, and I've kept this blue kind of background there. I haven't changed that, but I've got this link one. Okay, I click on that. It takes me to this slide here. Okay, you can see the logo there. And it should say my name in there at the bottom and the details there. I'll show you where you get those details in a moment. Back to the home slide. Then I've got the second slide there. Should look something like this. Back to the home slide. And then the third slide here, which should look something like this. Again, link back to the home slide, and that is the finished article. Okay, so we're going to go and make that now. So what you should get is this template here. You've also got this text here that needs to go into the presentation, and I'll link to that in the description from the Dropbox. You can download those files so you can try this out yourself. So here are the text that I need to go on the slide. So let's go back and look at the question then. The links are on the title slide to the other slides. The link on the other slides goes back to the title slide. Okay, I just showed you what that looks like. Open the presentation, future accommodation. Okay, Lucia has started to produce the presentation. She's entered the text on the title slide. Edit the slide master. It must follow the house style. So that is logo, bottom center. That is sans serif font. Have a darker background for the title area. Have white for the title. So let's go and do that now. So we need to edit this. So we need to go to here. We need to go to view, and we need to go to slide master. Okay. And we're editing this one here. This is what we're editing. Okay. So we go back and look. What do we need to do? Okay, so follow the house style. So the first thing I can do is put the logo in the bottom center. So I'm going to insert my logo. Now, you can just do insert pictures. Okay, so here's my logo that I made earlier. I'm just going to use that. I'm going to shrink it down like that. And I'm going to place it in the bottom center, as near as I can get it. Okay, great. Right, that's one thing done. Okay, darker background for the title area. Right, we look at this font, it is a serif font, so we have to change that. Okay, it's done deliberately, you need to change that. So go to Home, and we need to change that to, I'll change that to any font you like that is sans serif. So you can choose Arial, or I'm going to go for Calibri. That's a sans serif font. Okay, and you see that this is a serif font. It's got these little serifs bottom there. I'm changing that to Calibri. Okay, right, that's two things done for the house style. So darker background for the title area. Let's do that now. Okay, so we double click on this title area here. Okay, shape format, and I'm going to choose a dark background for that. Okay, so shape fill, okay, with black, and I'm going to change the font. That needed to be white according to the spec. So that has now gone to white. Okay, so white text for the title, that is done. Okay, so that is my slide master for the title slide done. Okay, let's look at the mark scheme. Okay, the mark scheme says sans serif font for company name. Yep. Title area, dark background color. Do not award if whole slide is dark background. Title, text color white. Okay, so that's 3 marks now. Insert the logo created in A1A. Okay, already done that because that's part of the house style. It needs to be in the bottom center. The logo needs to be in the bottom center. Logo added, bottom center, 1 mark. Okay, done. Right, change the footer of the slide master. Insert the center section created by right section, add the slide number, set the footer to display all slides apart from the title slide. Let's go and do that now. Okay, so go back to our presentation here. So we need to do this. So it says created by in the center section. Okay, so in here, center section, created by, and include your name. So you need to put your name there. Okay, so created by, name there. In the right section, add the slide number. Now, if we look at that, that's already got this hash symbol there. That's already done. That means slide number. I don't need to do that. Okay. If that was missing there, if I didn't have that on there, then I could just insert that here quite easily. Okay. Let's go to header and footer, and then footer. And then I could add it here if I wanted to. Okay. So put slide number on there as well. Tick that box. I don't need to because that's already done. I'm not going to change that. I'm assuming in your exam you don't need to change that. It's already done. Okay. Set the footer to display on all slides apart from title slide. Let's do that now. So go back to header and footer here. Okay. And we need to tick this box here that says don't show on title slide. So tick that box and click apply. Then I'm done. The date is already there. It doesn't ask me to change that. Nothing on the left hand side. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. And that's another 3 marks, okay? Right, let's look at this, okay? Let's look at the other slide. So the title slide is almost done. What I want to do now is I want to create, if I go back to paper 2, I want to make this, okay? I'm going to use the slide master to create the other slides. So I'm going to go to here and I'm going to choose, okay? I'm just going to choose this 3rd one here. Now, just going to look at this very carefully. It says image on the left hand side, text on the right. So text is on the right, so I move that across. Right, remembering that the house style was, this is where you could lose marks now. The house style was a sans serif font, so I need to change that to a serif font. Sorry, a sans serif font. From a serif font to a sans serif. Okay, really important. Right, that's fine. Link to home slide. We'll deal with that in a minute. Now what I want to do is I want to insert, go to slide master, I want to insert a placeholder for a picture, and I want it to be roughly the same size as the text. Okay, just spend a few minutes just aligning that up. Okay, that looks good. I'm not worried about this serif font here. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to change that. That's fine. But it's got to have an image to illustrate text, so I need that placeholder in there. You must use a placeholder. Okay, what I might do with this is just make that a little bit smaller because I need to leave some space at the bottom, which I'll show you in a sec. I need to leave some space for a link to the home slides. I'm going to do that now. Okay, so I'm going to insert a text box. I'm going to write link to home slide. And again, Don't lose marks here. The house style is a sans serif font, so I'm going to change that to a sans serif font. I'm going to make that into a hyperlink. So I'm going to go to Insert, okay, and I'm going to choose Link. Then I'm selecting Insert Link. And I need to go to a place in this document, and I need it to go to the title slide. Okay. Now, that is a good job done, because that is going to appear on every slide now, as per her designs, which look like this. Okay. So that is that ready to go now. And what I can do now is I can actually get out of Slide Master. So remember, before you start creating any slides, before you start editing any text, let's just do one more thing. Let's just quickly change this to a sans serif font, just in case I need to use that, so I don't trip myself up there. So now we'll go out of Slide Master and we'll close Master View. Okay, now I'm going to edit the first slide, okay? I'm just going to push that up like that. I'm creating myself some space down here under follow links to find out more for I'm creating some space for my links to my other slides. So I'm now going to go to New Slide, and I'm going to use my custom slide that I made. I'm going to use this one, okay? As you can see, that is ready to go for me. So I can add a picture there, and I can add my text. That is good to go, okay? So I'm saving myself time already. I'm going to create the first slide now. Canal narrowboat. So I'm going to copy that text. I'm just simply going to do a copy and paste. I'm going to paste that in using keep text only to keep the same font. If I choose that picture, it's going to choose a slightly different font. I don't want that. I'm just going to choose this font here. Okay. Right. Let's get the font in there now. So let's copy and paste this. Control C, use the shortcuts. Control V, or just paste, keep text only. Text only. We don't want to be changing the text to anything else. We want to be keeping it consistent. Calibri font. So this is Canal Narrowboat. So what I want to do now is add a picture, and it needs to be relevant. Okay, so double click on pictures. So I browse to the folder. Okay, and again, I've included this in the description. Please check out the Dropbox link. You'll be able to see it there. So I need to choose a relevant picture. It's narrowboat, so it's obvious I'm going to be choosing narrowboat. Interestingly, if we look at this, okay, mark scheme, it does say, so as long as the image is relevant, okay, not image of doghouse. So I think as long as it's relevant, you don't choose an image of a doghouse on there. I'm not sure why you do that, but as long as you don't, then you're going to get marks for that. Now, just one thing that could trip you up here. These design ideas look really nice, but don't use them because you're going to lose marks. So you want to be closing that box there. If that pops up, you don't want that, okay? I'm just going to shrink that down so I can see that a bit better there, okay? I don't really want to see the notes. Right, now I'm going to go to New Slide, and I'm going to use my same thing. I'm going to do the second slide, which is actually the third slide. Again, copy and paste, remembering to paste it using text only. So I've now copied and pasted that in, and I want a relevant picture of cottages. Okay, so go to the images there, and it needs to be a picture of a cottage. So I'm going to choose Dome Cottage there. Because I've used the Slide Master, I don't need to spend time. If we look at that, it's identical. It's consistent. That you can only get that from using the Slide Master. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting time arranging it. I want to get it exactly the same size as the previous one, and it's never going to look right. Use the Slide Master. Okay. So again, it is View and Slide Master. Remember to exit the Slide Master when you've finished using it. Right. Let's do the third slide then. Again, using my Slide Master there. So that's my top tip for this exam, really, for this question is the Slide Master. Use the Slide Master. So again, I'm pasting in, this is the third slide I'm going to make. It's actually the fourth of the presentation, and I'm pasting in the text there. This is other countries, so I need a relevant picture of other countries. So that one will do. That looks like another country to me. That will do. Okay, great. Again, ignoring the design ideas. I don't want to be using those. Right, we're not quite finished yet. We go back to the question. We need links on the title slide to every other slide. So let's create that now. So we need to go to Insert. We'll just use the text box. Okay. Now, what should I call these links? Links might be worth actually thinking about it. If you call it the name of the So I'm going to call it Canal Narrowboats. It just looks better than link 1. But look here, you must change that to a sans serif font, okay? It's going to trip you up if you don't get that right. So we're scrolling down, spending time to change it to Calibri. That's my font of choice for this, keeping it consistent. Consistency is another key. That's another key thing. Consistency. Right. Okay. I'm gonna copy and paste that. Okay. I'm gonna copy and paste that across. So I need 3 links there. Okay. I'm gonna make them into links in a minute, but I'm just gonna copy and paste them across. This one is cottages. Spend some time to align it up there like that. Control V using the shortcuts to save time. I'm pasting in the 3rd link, that is to other countries. So now I need to make these into hyperlinks. So remember, highlight the text, insert, and we're selecting link here. We choose insert link and we choose the slide. Place in this document, we choose the slide we want to link it to. Click OK. 1, 2, remember insert link, and this is the final one, other countries. Okay, right, so that's done. I can save that now. It's worth me just taking the time now just to preview it, just to have a look at it. Does it work? Always take the time to check, does it work? Okay, so that should go to Canal Narrowboats. It does, and that should take me back home. It does. That should go to that. That should go to that, and that takes me back home. Right, previewing it, I've noticed a problem that I've got. Okay, one thing I can see is that I don't have on the slide master, I don't have the logo on these slides. That should be on these slides. So I need to go back to the slide master, and I need to do that now. So view and slide master, and I just need to put the logo there. So I'm going to move that up. Okay. And I'm going to go to insert and pictures, and I'm just making sure I put the logo in the bottom center there because I'm going to lose marks if I don't. Okay. So remember, that should be on there as well. Close master view. I'd have lost some marks if I didn't do that. So let's go and check back with the paper. Have I done everything here? So A3A, okay, created by, I've done that. A3B, Lucia wants you to finish the title slide. Done that. Inserted the links. Finished the presentation. Create 3 slides using Lucia's design. Using the text, done that. Using relevant image, done that. Link the slides using Lucia's instructions and designs, yet done that. So now I'm resaving the presentation and take a screenshot of how you created the link from the title slide to one of the other slides. Paste the screenshot into A3. Let's do that now. So I need to go back to slide master view. So I'm going to slide master to see that. Okay. How did I make this link? So I'm right clicking on it, edit link, and I'm going to print screen that. That shows me my evidence. And I'm pasting that in. Let's just go back up and check we've evidenced everything. Yeah, that's so far, that's evidence there. Paste a screenshot, show, done that. Take a screenshot of how you created the link. One title slide to one of the other slides. So I haven't done everything there. I need to do to title slide as well. So cancel out of that, and I need to go back to closed master view. So let's finish this screenshot here. We should have 2 screenshots. So take a screenshot to show how you created a link from the title slide to one of the other slides. So let's do that now. Okay, remember we highlighted the text. We then go to link. We went to insert link, and we need to screenshot this. Print screen and paste that into the document. And that completes A3B. A3C. Enter your name, candidate number and center number in the notes and handouts of the footer. Print a handouts copy of the presentation. That shows 2 slides on each A4 sheet. Let's go and do that now. Okay, so my presentation is now done. I'm now going to go to File and Print. Okay, so I went to File and Print. Now, I need to select here, handouts, 2 slides it says, and I need to edit the header and footer. It's very specific there. Name, candidate number and center number in the notes and handouts of the footer. So select footer, name and details in there. Apply to all, really important, apply to all, okay? Then you can then go to print that, and it should have your name on it, okay? So print the handouts like that, and that completes A3C. A3D, answer these questions in the document A3, task A3. So you should be answering these questions in Word. I'm going to write on the paper. You should not do that in the exam. You should answer it in the document, but just for ease of use here, I'm going to be writing on the paper, okay? So we'll look at the question here. Lucia is going to deliver the presentation during an online session for existing members. She has included speaker notes. One reason why Lucia has included speaker notes, she's included speaker notes, so the text, I'm just going to write on here. She included speaker notes, so the slides would not be crowded with text. We've looked at that before in previous PowerPoint questions from 2019, etc. You don't want too much text on the slide. So you want to be using speaker notes, so your text on your slide is kept to a minimum. Remember, the presentation isn't about, the presentation is about you, about speaking, and you don't want people to be looking at the slide and not listening to you. So you want to be keeping the text on the slide to a minimum. Right, next part of the question 2. Speaker notes and hyperlinks are a feature of presentation software. Describe how one other feature of presentation software can enhance the presentation. So thinking about anything other than speaker notes and hyperlinks. So perhaps slide animation you could have. So maybe I'm going to go with slide animation. So I need to say what it is. Slide animations, that's 1 mark. And how does it enhance the presentation? Slide animations can enhance the presentation because they can make it more, I'm going to run out of space for the viewer. Kind of run out of space there. Okay, so if you're doing that in Word, you wouldn't run out of space. I've gone with slide animations there, and make sure I don't misspell anything. Spelling is really important in this exam. Obviously, if you're using Word, you've got a spell check. I haven't got that here, but if it looks wrong, then change it. Slide animations can enhance the presentation because they make it look more interesting for the viewer. Okay, and that is 2 marks there. So you're saying one thing and why. So you might say images can add visual interest, can back up the text, anything like that. Slide transitions make the transition from one slide to the next more interesting, etc. And that completes the PowerPoint question. That is 18 marks, and that brings the total for section A to 50 marks. Thank you for watching. Please, as always, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.